Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Europa Universalis 4. We are going for another achievement run today. Now, last time we did the Kingdom of God playing as a Papal State, had a lot of fun with that, and I told you at the time that I was trying to decide between either the Kingdom of God or the Luck of the Irish achievement. Obviously, we went for Kingdom of God last time, which means today we get to move on to Luck of the Irish. The goal of this is simple. Start off as one of the 12 Irish miners, conquer the entirety of the British Isles, and form the country of Ireland. That's not too hard to do, believe it or not. So uniting all of Ireland is easy-ish. With some good diplomacy, you can take out Scotland as well. And then hopefully with enough of a power base, plus let's say France is an ally, you start chipping away to England until you own everything. Weirdly enough, waiting for Admin Tech 10 to form Ireland is often the bottleneck that slows people down more than anything else. Otherwise, forming Ireland would be pretty easy. So that's something we're going to go for. The question is, which of these Irish miners should we play? Now, I think Desmond is probably the strongest pick. They have relatively good starting ideas, including some national manpower. Tyrone is pretty good as well. You get that extra infantry combatability. But I'm going to be playing as Offaly. Now, Offaly is probably the weakest of all of the Irish neighbors. In fact, you might say that they're awful-y. But there's a secondary achievement that I can go for called Spanish Fly. If I do start as Offaly, I can get a personal union over somebody in the Iberian Peninsula, and then all of a sudden, boom, I get myself a second achievement. So what we can do is start as Offaly, unite all of Ireland, start taking over the British Isles, get enough of a power base that all we have to do is conquer a single province from someone in the Iberian Peninsula, release them as a vassal, and then try to find a way to turn them into a personal union, and boom, we get ourselves 2 achievements that are actually pretty rare in one run. So Offaly it is. Let's go for this, Iron Man mode. Good luck to me. And here we are. Now, at the very beginning of this run, all the Irish miners are going to appear to be pretty equal in power. Weirdly enough, something the AI seems to do a lot is disband their troops in order to save some money. So even though we're starting as a pretty darn weak nation, there's a very good chance that we're going to be able to build up enough power to actually take these guys on one-on-one and actually smash them within the first couple days of a war, which is kind of nuts. But we'll go for it. One thing I am going to do is go ahead and immediately disband my cavalry with the intention of rebuilding up my force limit, which is currently, what, 6? We'll go ahead and build up 3 infantry, get ourselves up to 6,000 men. Now, as far as our starting conquest, England obviously starts off with Dublin and Pale. Nothing we can do about that for a good long while. However, if we look toward our Irish missions, if you can conquer areas, you will gain claims on the other surrounding areas. So, for example, conquer these 2 provinces. For some reason, we're allowed to ignore England. That's very kind of paradox to include. But go for this, and we'll get claims permanently on the Munster and the Connacht area, which seems pretty awesome to me. So our primary goal has to be to take on somebody like Kildare over here. So I'm going to go ahead and immediately start spying on them. I am going to improve relations with England with the hopes that we might be able to sneak out an alliance with them to use against Scotland and then betray them at a later date. Do we start with a fort? No, we do not. I believe Munster might be the only nation that does start with one. Somebody starts with a fort. Well, okay, so yeah, Munster down over here. They get a starting fort. We're not going to be able to take these guys on until I have a force limit of 10, but I think we'll be able to pull that off at some point. Good news is they're going to be a low priority. I need to unite my own area and then push up north and try to take out Ulster over here before the Scots go for it. That's got to be a top goal. Beyond that, though, let's go ahead and reduce my army maintenance because I need to stack up a bit of money. We do want some rivals. We have several currently. I guess I will go for Kildare over here, plus we will go for, let's say, Leinster over here. Probably not more than that until I know where the rest of the alliance network is going to go in Ireland, but I'm probably going to be brute forcing it through all of these people. The only goal is to not fight Ireland or Scotland early on if I can avoid it. As far as some of our early traders, let's go ahead and start collecting here in the English channel. That's going to get me the best value at the beginning of the game. And then we want to go to our estates. We are going to summon the Diet, get some of that extra loyalty going, make the Pope like me, get prestige. We might be able to do this. Or burgers. I suspect we're going to end up getting prestige simply through the rights of conquest, and 50 extra admin power will be helpful, so we'll pick that one up. Then I need to go ahead and pass on a few privileges, and I wrote down some of the ones that I want to do. So for example, we'll go for the religious state for the extra admin power. I do need to get the clerical advisory council for cheaper advisors, which is going to be very helpful at some point. Don't know if there's anything else we want to do with them, though. Primacy on the nobility to get the extra military power will be great. We also would like increased levies. So, exempt from seized land, we get a little less taxes, but we get a fair bit more manpower, and that's going to be helpful in some of these early wars, because we're going to be fighting quite often and early. I will go for the military advisor cost reduction there, and then we want to go for the burghers. Land of commerce for some diplo power. Plus, what is it? Patronage of the arts for the yearly prestige could be pretty solid. Plus, indebted to the burghers, 5-year loans. We might take this later, but not necessarily something I feel like I need to do this exact second. The commercial advisory board is something I probably could do as well for the diplomatic advisor cost. We don't necessarily need this right away, but it does increase that loyalty equilibrium at least a bit. Free enterprise will get me loyalty as well, and then there's private trade fleets, which is what I usually would do, but I don't think that's an option because we do not have any fleets, given that, you know, well, where are we? We're landlocked. Let's go ahead and seize some land, which is going to upset a bunch of people, but overall tries to get me at least a little bit of that crown land back. Not much, mind you, but a little bit. I do want to focus on the military power, and then we want to hire an admin advisor if I can. I guess we'll go for the tax modifier. How much money am I making out of taxes? Not much. So this guy's not going to pay for himself, but the little bit of extra income could be nice, and we really need the extra admin power because I'm going to be coring pretty often. Yearly prestige could be good, but we're already at 19. So I'm going to go for this and trust that we can get up to that 30 kind of as is, at least at some point. We want to get our leader on our... Oh, wow, we got a siege general right off the bat. Not bad. Some extra shock and maneuver. Okay, I'll take this. Our king is actually going to be reasonably good, considering. And then what else did I want to do? We don't have any fleets, and that's kind of it. I think that's all my starting moves. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I think that's all I wanted to do. Okay, so now we unpause the game. We wait for our troops to train up, and we look for our opportunity to kill Kildare. The question is going to be who allies England and Scotland at the beginning of the game. Ormond is certainly going to be trying. Desmond has managed to ally Kildare. Okay, so we're gonna have to, or Kildare? I don't know how you pronounce this stuff in Irish. I apologize. But anyway, so fighting 2 people, but honestly, that's not a big deal. We're gonna see if these guys actually do start deleting their troops as they usually would. If they do not, then I am going to be a very, very sad panda. Yes, I know, I see. Austria is having a lot of fun, getting all sorts of good stuff, as they often do. We could go for a edict over here. I don't think any of these are going to make a huge difference at the start. I mean, development costs if I plan on doing that, but otherwise, I don't know if this does me a lot of good. I mean, local manpower increase could be nice, except I've only got 1 development, and an increase in the cost of the state is probably not going to be worth it right now. So we'll just sit on without that. All right, Leinster has allied with England, so that's kind of what I was afraid to see. We're going to have to fight against Clan Ricard in order to take these guys out of a war from England, because I need this area. That's kind of one of the worst things that could have happened for me. France has now started their war against England. It's actually entirely possible that England will not defend Leinster while this is going on. So maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to do something with that. Maybe. Let's pay attention to it and see what happens. For some reason, they're not deleting all of their troops. In some of my test games, they actually did delete their troops pretty much immediately, but I wonder if they changed this in a patch not too long ago. When I say test games, I mean I actually was setting up a test game for this, oh gosh, a few months ago? I think it was a few months ago. So they may have actually changed that at some point, in which case, good for them. Okay. That means that this is actually gonna be a little bit harder than I thought, but that's okay, we'll be fine, we can handle this. We just need to get ourselves that claim and see what we can do against Leinster, take that out as well. Pretty much as soon as I am done getting the claim over here on Kildare, I'll probably start working on getting one against Leinster as well. So we're probably gonna end up taking out some loans in this particular run. I don't see really any good way around that. Let's get our maintenance up, fabricate our claim over here. You allied to anyone else? Only Desmond, that's fine. We can pull back on you, wait a day, then we are going to go ahead and start our spy network over here against Leinster, like so. Get our maintenance up, and then we are going to go ahead and launch our first attack. Tyrconnell has entered into an alliance with Thomond. That's fine, as long as this isn't getting a lot worse. Should be fine. If we declare the war right now, we'll have a chance to get one more morale tick, so I think now's a good time to go for it. We're going to go for a conquest. I need a diplomat. Never mind, we'll wait until the end of that month. There it is, and we are going to declare now. Go, go, go. Let's see if we can crush this guy nice and quick before these guys from Desmond are able to cause a lot of problems. And then we're going to go right back to improving relations with England, try to get that up as high as possible. These guys instantly get stack wiped. That's great. I'm going to leave behind 1 infantry and go hunting. I can't. As soon as I have military access, I would go hunting and look for these guys in Desmond. But if they're not going to help them in any way, that's fine. I do want to take wars against these guys and siege them down so I can seize money, because that's the best way for me to continue funding my efforts over here. So we only need 3 troops over here. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and pull off, let's say, 2 infantry here, save myself a tiny bit of attrition and money. See what happens with that. Are you ever gonna get military access over here, or no? Is that just not a thing? I mean, I can ask for the military access myself. Like, that's a thing I'll do if I have to. For now, if they're just gonna let me sit here and work on this, okay. Sure, fine by me, makes it easy. He's not gonna train up a whole lot more troops, I don't think. Looking at getting my first loan, you know what? I am gonna go ahead and just get the indebted to the burghers, take out those loans at low interest rate rather than take a larger one. It only is worth 10 ducats, so it's really, really small. Take over 1 good war here. Sorry, 1 chunk of money. Take a war chest out of this and we'll be fine. 60 military power early or mercantilism? Answer, military power, because we want to get up to Tech 4 as fast as possible. Having the siege pip on my general is definitely going to be very helpful. Taking the admin cost and diplotech cost reduction is going to be terrible, but oh well. Come on, you need to go a little faster than this. Okay, we can actually march off over here. I'm going to take off 1 more infantry, move you over here. Group these guys up. Come on, we need to win this fight. Ormond has allied Tyrone. That's fine. Regency in Leinster. Okay, cool. Can we please take this? A little faster than this, guys. Nobility lose loyalty, or trade efficiency goes down, gain influence, upset the burghers. I think we're going to have to upset the nobility for the time being. Come on, take it. For God's sake. We're not getting lucky with this one, apparently. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I didn't know that they did a patch where these guys were going to keep all their troops. That was unexpected. It's unfortunate, because this achievement was a lot easier to get back in the day when the Irish disbanded almost their entire army. For God's sake, take the damn thing! Anyway, there we go. Got it. All right, now you guys all get together, and we're going to go group up over here in Thomond, and we're going to find Desmond, and we're going to go kill him. Okay, get crushed. Get wrecked. Hold up. Chase him down. Don't let him get his morale stack back, and we're done. Okay. Then we are going to shift consolidate, take off all 3 of you, move you over here, and work on this. Now, all I need to do is just find a way to peace out with him. I don't really care about anything else. I don't need to take anything from him, really. If I can siege him down, great, but that's not the goal. The goal is to take whatever I can as far as money. No, he's not going to let me do that. Darn it. All right. You know what I could do is actually vassalize Desmond, since he's got military ideas, and use that as a base of which to attack Munster and Ormond. Take these 3, give them off to him while I conquer everything else. It's not a bad idea. Thomond declares war on Desmond. Never mind, he's getting murdered right now. If I were to join this, be a way of fighting Thomond, but it's not really in my interest to do so, at least not yet. And I have to take out more loans because, of course, I do. We can reduce my army maintenance. Stop taking out so many loans. I've maxed out relations with England. I'm going to go ahead and start improving relations with other people like France. Who else should I start justifying on? We could justify against Ormond. We could justify against Sligo, who has allies in Ulster. Taking Ulster early is really helpful because we are going to want to try and control that strait and take that away from Scotland before that becomes a problem. So let's go ahead and start spying on them and say they're going to be the next goal after I take over Leinster, as long as England doesn't join. But this is still going to be a little bit tougher to work with. Seize rights. We're going to have statutory rights granted and minimum autonomy. No. We'll resolve this ourselves. There's nothing I can do really as far as like seizing more land, though. Offaly is going to be a bit tricky. No, we're going to take care of this ourselves. Stop it. I'm not giving away anything else. And we're having issues with actually getting the people we need to actually siege this territory down. And why are we black flagged? There's literally no good reason for me to be black flagged. That doesn't make any sense. It's because they were able to cancel military access, which is going to get very annoying very quickly. All right. Well, in that case, we're going to ask for military access from, let's say, Ormond. Try that again. Send these guys down over here. and get that going. More military power at the cost of some loans. Worth it, because again, faster you take military tech 4, the better. And these are very, very small loans that I am currently taking out. I really need these forts to go down a lot faster than they have been. This is more than a little frustrating to me, but all right. It's not a big deal, not a big deal. Could go for war taxes, by the way. Cost me military power, of course, but I'm not gonna worry about that. A little bit longer till we have that Miltech 4. Come on, take this out. We have a pope, that's fine. Bullion famine, Development costs, edicts and stuff, the bull, there we go, Cork is done. All right, so if I were, okay, you're at war with several people. Vassalizing you strikes me as a terrible idea. So what I'm gonna do is take all your cash. I'm gonna pillage you to get a little bit of extra stuff. And I think that's gonna be it. Maybe we can farm out a little extra prestige by demanding you end some rivalries, get me up to that 30 I was looking for, and ba-boom. Okay, so that's taken care of. Do I still have enough spy network with you, by the way? I got 21. All right, I need to end this war now. We finish up with that mission, so that's great. Then for you, we take the territory plus your money. That's 20 ducats, and boom. And then before this ends, we go to Leinster, and we're gonna fabricate a claim, and we're gonna go for that. Boom. All right, get all the troops together, because we are about to have to go to war once again. Get that army maintenance back up to full. Leinster declares war on Desmond themselves. That's hilarious. Well, by all means, go for it. Have fun with that. I need to get a little bit more morale, and then we'll go for it. Reinforce my armies as much as we can. Of course, we do need to core this. 83 is the cost for this? Good lord. I guess it did have 9 development, so yeah, that's a little on the expensive side for me, but all right. Too few rivals. Yeah, fair enough. Let's go for this one against Ligo over here. And Tyrone rivaled me. I could go against them, I suppose. Who else are you allied / rivaled to? A few different folks. It doesn't really matter that much, but a little bit extra power projection is certainly fun. So I guess we'll go ahead and take that too. There we go. All right, let us wait till close to the end of the month, then we're gonna see if we can declare this war, because it's kind of important that I do this now. Yes, England is not going to join, which means I have to go for this right now. It's my best opportunity. Say goodbye! Okay, crush them. That's a stack wipe, perfect. And then, you only need 3 troops once again, so we're gonna pull off at least a couple of soldiers somewhere over here and see what happens as far as Clan Ricard coming after me. They may do so, they may not. I don't want to get any more advisors, tempting though it may be. We'll hold off on that for the moment. And then we just sit here for a little bit and see how quickly we can siege this down. I don't even care if I fight these guys exactly. I mean, I'd like to, but it's not a huge deal if I do or don't. I just need to take this nice and quick, get the claims, which is going to make it easy so I can just take on literally everyone else. Let's go ahead and fabricate our claim like so. Get that taken care of, and then we're just gonna go ahead and start working on improving relations with France. And you know what, for good measure, I might even start improving with Castile on the off chance we find ourselves another continental ally who ends up being extremely valuable for me. Most important, oh, there we go. Okay, so Ormond takes over Cork, that's fine, we'll deal with them later. They're rivaling me, that's fine, we'll deal with them later. I'm just looking to get a whole load of free claims. That's all I care about, lots and lots of free claims would be great. So we wait for Leinster. Please go away, hurry up. Siege it down. What's the point of having a siege general if you can't siege things super fast? Let's get the military tech 4. Now I have a distinct advantage over other nations, as long as they also haven't gotten it. Looks like no one else in Ireland, or the British Isles in general, have managed to get that yet, so I am the first. It's always nice to be first. It's like the first person in the comments section. Well, they claim they're the first because, and you know they claim that because they yell, "First!" in the comments section. It's just, it's what they do. Is what they do. It's what people have done basically since the beginning of YouTube. All right, there's Leinster. Now I'm willing to bet that I'm not gonna be able to peace out with you yet. Yeah, first we have to get your allies out of the war, which is gonna be very irritating. So let's go over here. I just realized I probably still do have military access that I don't need. Renaissance has fired, okay. So can I get to you now? No. Can I get military access through you, Thomond? Yes. I will take that, please. And get going over here and also end my military access with Ormond. Okay, we're gonna be able to fight these guys and beat them? Yes, that is a stack wipe for me, thank you. All right, once again, we take off a handful of troops and we move them over here. At this point, the war should be basically over. Reduce the army maintenance at least a little bit, enough to keep some manpower here, but enough to stop bleeding out all the money. Neapolitan succession is done, and Naples is independent. Good for Naples! A new champion of the joust. Wow. Yep. Yep. 2 siege value and 6 fire value. Wow. I used to be of the opinion that fire value was, like, terrible, but increasingly I'm kind of wondering if, like, fire value is pretty decent at the start of the game. It really doesn't seem all that bad. I think I saw someone do the math that showed that fire value surprisingly still does stack up all right. Anyway, I'm just swapping out which general is in charge for the better siege value pips. Let me go ahead and move you guys back over here. We're still taking a little bit more attrition than I might like. I have to raise that army maintenance a little bit more to keep the manpower semi-high. I really wish I had a navy because it would make it a lot easier to get these guys down on the coast. But oh well, that's what it is. Sligo has entered into a military alliance with Scotland. That's unfortunate. So until we see Scotland and England fighting, I may not be able to take these guys on unless I find another way to fight them by attacking, let's say, Ulster. Tyrone is allied to England. Yeah, all of this is what we call very unfortunate. All right, these are the things that were going to happen, but it's not insurmountable. I can still get around this. I just need to be careful about who I attack. You know, we could fight Tyrconnell, and that still gets me into a war against Thomond. We can fight against Ormond, which gets me into a war against Tyrone, right? There's ways to do it. We're gonna be okay. The most important thing is just start by taking all of this. Hey, if you'd be willing to peace out and just give me some cash so I can keep my war machine flowing, that'd be great. No? All right. Well, in that case, I have no choice but to sit here and eat you. And I shall relish you. I'm gonna save one of my diplomats because I need to go for this right away. So you might be thinking that I should start spying on somebody like right now. And the answer is probably should. Let me just remind myself, the Munster and the Connaught area is this one? Wait, Ulster? No, Munster. So all of these territories we're about to get claims on. So if there's anyone that I need to be spying on, it's probably Tyrone. So that I'll have a claim ready to go against them. Though once I unite another state, like let's say this one over here, Munster, or this is the Connaught area. Yes, that's gonna give me a free claim over here as well. So it's not like it's a big deal, but we might as well get started on some of that. Come on, siege it down, just get it right now. Dang it all the heck. Oh, there we go, all right. I mean, literally, like, is it so hard? Is it so hard to just get super lucky with the rolls and just be done with it super fast? Anyway. So Connaught, I could take your territory, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna once again take some war reps. I am going to probably pillage your capital to try and take a little bit of extra development to make myself stronger. And then you are going to break your alliance with who? Munster? Sure, I guess. We can go ahead and do that. End your rivalries in order to farm out a little bit of extra prestige is not the worst idea in the world, and we're done with you. Okay, we'll come back to them later. Technically, I could be white piecing some people out. That's also not a bad idea for short truce timers, but it's all right. So we have a new heir, a 323 named Brian. That's all right. Hi, Brian. Let's go ahead and take this territory away from Leinster. Sorry, England, but you don't get this as an ally. It is mine now. Bada boom. Then we are going to core it and click on the mission, and boom, we now get claims on a couple of areas. So all of this is now claimed up, which means we can go to war against any one of them if we want. Let me check something. What's my force summit look like? We should go ahead and get myself one more infantry, get ourselves up there as much as we can, and boost that army maintenance back up because y'all know we're about to go right back into war. The question is who? Can't be against Sligo, can't be against Connaught, so that leaves Thomond, who is allied to Scotland, so no. Ormond is probably my only real option. So we're probably going to be attacking you first, and then we can go ahead and siege down their territory plus Tyrone. And they got 2 territories that I can take in one war, which I consider pretty good. So we'll go for that probably next. Still not worth getting another advisor for the money, unfortunately. I could pay off a lot of loans, but like, why? They're so small that like, it doesn't matter. I can wait on this. At some point, I'm going to have enough of an economy that I can pay these off pretty much immediately, am I right? Clan Ricard has allied with Tyrone. Well, that's not going to matter in just a moment anyway. So we are ready to go. Let's repay these 5 loans since they're demanding it now. We are going to declare our war against Ormond. We could actually co-belligerize Tyrone. England won't join because they're still at war with France. This is actually the best time to do this. That way I can take 3 territories in a single war. Yep. Go to war against Ormond first. Take their troops out. Okay, they got that. Then we're gonna just, we're actually gonna wait. No, these guys are locked, perfect. Running over here into the woods, see if we can kill these guys off too. Squish. All right, now we're gonna take at least 1 infantry and move them up here so they can't go anywhere. Then we're gonna move you down over here. We're gonna hold on to this before they can train up more troops. And then we're gonna take 1 infantry and try to move, take 1 infantry, move you over here so they can't train this guy up. There we go. And then once this is done, we can split our troops between 2 separate fronts, and we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and reduce that army maintenance at least a bit. Save myself some money. Could invest in the Diplotech, and I guess I will. Might as well do that. And this should be enough. So 3 territories in 1. We call that pretty darn good. I will take you and give you a general just in case I can do something. Ulster is attacking Tyrone, but guess who is sitting on this? You don't get it. Nye, 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 nye. All right, so they can't do a dang thing here. And if I take 1 infantry like so, it's still not going to be enough manpower, unfortunately, until I can get 1 more infantry. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and train up 1 more. Even though this technically goes over my force limit, that way I can start working on both of these forts simultaneously, which hopefully allows me to win this war a lot faster. We've finished building up relations with Castile. Good. Let's go ahead and build things up with France once again. Scotland, I don't care about you. You're guaranteed by France, though. So until that's broken, it's going to be very difficult to find a good way to fight against them. Unless I'm prepared to, we actually have enough manpower over here. We're good to go. Maybe I didn't need to train this guy. Was this a total waste of money? It might have been. Whatever. If that's the case, let's just go ahead and reduce army maintenance even further. Perfect. So even if these guys do fall down a little bit, it's going to be okay. So we're working on all this. That should be fine. Anyway, what I was trying to say is we should be able to fight one of the other little vassals or one of the little smaller states of Ireland in order to draw Scotland into a war. But I'd rather wait until such a time that they seem to be distracted. That would be even better. If we wanted to attack Thomond, that's way too many allies. Thank you, Lubeck. What about Munster over here? You have no allies. Fun fact, we could actually go kill them right now if I get my army maintenance back up. We could just go ahead and fight them and just jump into the next war immediately. That's not a bad idea, and then I can take over another entire state all at once. I kind of like the idea, as long as we win the fight, but with a good general, I think we can. National unrest reduction, I don't think I can afford to lose 60 ducats with my economy as small as it is. Losing a stability is really bad right now. Really unfortunate timing. I will be taking your territory, and I will be taking your money. Oops, don't offer tribute. Okay, so we finish off with Tyrone up over there, so that's dealt with. Let's go ahead and get all of our troops down over here. So I want this. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do. I can't really go for the admin tech yet. I have a lot of coring to do. I think I'm going to spend some diplo power to reduce my war exhaustion, then get that stability back up. Even though that sets back my tech by a bit, it's fine. It doesn't matter all that much. Let's go ahead and declare our war here before they get an ally. Jump in on that. And then with you, we're going to go ahead and peace out. I want both your territories, and I want all your money. And that should be everything there. Boom. Mine. Okay. So it is now 1452, and we've got almost half of Ireland under control. Now, the only problem with Munster, now that I think about it, is they have the fort, which I need, 10 infantry? 9 infantry to beat. What's my current... The easiest way to do this right now is to go for the free company. It's going to cost a chunk of money as far as getting things like my force limit up there, but it lets me actually start working on this, and I can disband them, and they cost the least. We can go for some extra army tradition. I like that idea. Let's do it. Do we have a fort over here? No. We've got 0 forts anywhere in Ireland at the moment. I really need this to go fast. Like, really fast, so I can afford to disband these mercenaries, because this is what's going to cause me to start bleeding a lot of money. I'll go ahead and extend these loans at this point. Doesn't matter. Not much we can do about it. It just is what it is. If I take loans, I take loans. No big deal. We're okay. Let's go ahead and once again start improving more relations with England. We didn't end up getting a claim against Tyrone, did we? I don't think I fabricated the claim before I declared on them, did I? Oh well. I still took the territory. I probably shouldn't have, but it was the only good way I could do that. Loan of 20 ducats now? Yeah, these are much larger loans, aren't they? Aragon has allied England. Interesting choice. Diplomatic approach. Free power. I like free power. That's great. Come on, just need to take this fort down. Take the fort and we'll be good. Lots of loans. I get it, I get it, I get it. I guess I'll repay this loan. Sure, why not? We've maxed out relations there with England. Pretty soon, they should be willing to ally with me, because we are getting a little bit stronger. Maxed out relations with France. Got it, thank God. Disband and end this war ASAP. Take this, take your cash. It's not a lot, but I'll take it, and boom. Okay, with that done, we can now finish another mission. Munster's done. So now, we already had claims on this area, so the next thing to do would be to fight Thomond, who can no longer be a member of the Trade League because they took a second territory. However, they are allied with Scotland and so is Sligo, which means there's no way to do this. So my only option then is to start spying on Ulster and Tyrconnell and see if we can use this as a way of getting into a fight, but Scotland is allied to them as well. So my only option now is to fight against Ulster, use that as a way to get into a fight against Sligo and take that territory. This is gonna suck because pretty soon I have no way of continuing to expand without getting an early fight against our good friend Scotland. This is gonna be a little on the unpleasant side, but okay. Okay, I am going to sell some titles. Actually, let's do a diet first, see what else we can get. Base tax in our capital of 4 gets me loyalty and prestige. Meh. Diplomatic reputation, have allies. Meh. Trade power in the North Sea, have 15% or more. I feel like I can do that simply by building light ships at some point, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. As far as rivals are concerned, let's go ahead and rival Ulster, and let's rival Thomond, since they've rivaled me too. My power projection is up to 18. Doesn't amount to a lot, does it? But that's fine. The last jousting tournament. Another jousting event? What do you know? Lose splendor, lose admin power, get a lot of other things, including morale of armies, which is gonna last for the next 20 years and will be very helpful against people like Scotland. So I can't say no to that. That's simply too good for me to currently pass up. All right, well, I'm gonna end this video here because we're already over our time. But it is 1453, we've conquered half of Ireland, can't do anything about Pale for a while. Ulster's my only current target, and they're trying to improve with England at the moment. Allying England is absolutely an option, so we will be doing that probably right away. In fact, I'll stop this with Tyrconnell first, so we can get that now. Let's do it before I forget, because I want to curry favors and use them against Scotland if at all possible. That's kind of my best option. And then, yeah, find a way to just go ahead and eat the snot out of all these folks, break some alliances, conquer all of Ireland, and Offaly, despite its awful start, is in a good spot. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.